Hello! Alright, today I'm gonna go out in the field and I'm bringing you for a field trip. This is my work, so you're not gonna see it specifically. It'd be too dangerous right now to just show you exactly what's going on. Plus, I have to stay focused on the other agents in the field, so I can't be focused on the camera and them. I have to pick one. So I'll likely show you when things cool down what's going on, but this isn't like a job. I'm not being paid by a source or Larry or any jackals or anything like that. This is me figuring out what's going on in Lowell. So I've gotten intel that there is near my house a flick, which is a den of multiple nests of vipers that are inhabiting a park near me. And they're moving stuff in and out of a gate frequently. And this is important because while, just like operators, vipers can travel to and from a gate, it's painful for them to do it. It has a cost, and it's not like, these ones are very low level, so they wouldn't be prepared to pay that cost. So someone is paying that cost for them, and that means that this site and what they're doing is very important, and I have to watch it and figure out what's going on. So I'll report back with you in the field after I figure out what's happening, but I gotta be there and observe the site for a while and feel them coming in and going out of the gate to understand how often they're doing it, and if there's any signal in it that I can feel in there. I have a bit of a feeling for this sort of thing. It's part of my natural benefits. I'll be able to determine what is going on and why this is happening, and that'll be a big hint for what's so important about Lowell. Why are there so many here? It just doesn't make sense. Alright, so I'm going to head out, and then I'm going to talk back to you when I have a much better idea of what's going on. Alright, I've been observing the site for about 3 or 4 hours, and I have a much better understanding of what's going on. I'll show you now. It's this park here with the giant water tower behind it. You might not be able to see it because of the settings on the camera. You just make it out on the tops of the trees. That's the water tower, and it's a little park. When you're watching something, you can't really, especially an active site, you can't really go near it. So I'm in range of my sensations of feeling when they're porting from gate to here, or from here to the gate. And what's happening is this is very much like bathysphere or some sort of pressurization tank. The vipers, they're not from this world, so they have to acclimate themselves to it. And I've heard of this sort of thing, but I haven't seen one. And certainly this is the first I've heard of being in Lowell, although from the activity I see here, I don't think this is the only one. This is just the first that I know about. So what they're doing is, over the course of an hour, they'll see, there was a report of 3 of them, but that's not true. There's just 2. There's one that manages security on the site that almost spotted me, and it's just because I know how to be unobtrusive that I just fucked right off and kept going, and I had a puff of my vapor. Just like, pick it out of my pocket, pick it up. Not give any kind of a shit or a fuck, and just keep walking. Don't look at that guy, don't think about that guy. That guy's not important. He's just doing his business, getting high, and fucking right off. So what's happening is, there's a lot of noise, I know, but I can't really do anything about that. We're in public. So what they do is, one guy guards and another guy takes the recipient from the other world, and he calms him down and gives him medicine and makes sure he acclimates to the world, and then he sends him back. So there's a port that goes back. And actually, if you hear it, I can feel it right now. Someone's coming through right now. They're guiding someone through, and then they're going to be on security. So, like, if I stay here too long, this close, they'll actually notice me. So I have to kind of wrap it up. But it's just like that. To them, it's like they're on the bottom of the ocean, and they're not pressurized for it right. So they get this guy in, they pressurize him, he gets a little used to it, then they send him back to a time-distorted gate, and then he experiences like an hour. And he comes back over here, and he does another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, see how he feels. It's a processing station, that's what's going on. Yeah, and I could feel them active right now. I'll talk to you at another site or later on in the day when I get home. All right, goodbye. Alright, here I am. I just did a few message running jobs for some sources that I know. Everybody's got to pay rent. Feels fucking nice. So now that I have a much better idea what's going on in that park, I can figure out why they need that zone, why they need that integration zone. And I can also keep an eye on it when I'm doing other jobs. So if I notice it's not in use for a long period of time, I can see when that is, each day, and if I have free time, I can go there and I can check up on it. And they usually won't leave any packs or bags, but Vipers always have them. And I'm thinking that leader would probably leave his stuff there if he knows he's coming back. Usually when they set up like a flick like that, a leader of the den will keep his stuff there to make it known that that place is his. It'll likely be a little concealed, maybe in a plastic bag, but in that bag there'll be like a purse or something, and in that purse will be his personal effects. You gotta remember with these creatures, they can shift dimensions, pretty much at will, even though it's painful for them. Like, they don't need a car or a house, so they have like their bag that has their most useful idols and items and markers for whatever gate or pass they need to go through. So, if I can get into that, I'll find out a lot more about who this leader is and what he's doing there, because just the assortment of items he'd have would be, there'd be a lot of clues, and there'd be a lot of leads from just what he carries with him. I could see the value of where he is in their society, and I can work from there. Because right now I don't really have that much. Like, why would they go there? That's a park that's used often. Maintenance people gotta go there. Like, do they not have a choice? And it's confusing. I gotta think about it. I gotta really mull all this over, and I gotta hit my good sources. And I'll probably have to pay out the ass for this kind of protected information. Well, at the moment, I'm just gonna vape on my porch for a while. I got too much shit to worry about. There. That certainly feels a little bit better. So I'm gonna stay out here for a little bit, take it easy, and then I gotta go inside and cook a meal. There's no food in there. No food that I would need to eat, like just some nutritious meats and plants. There's all this pre-packaged bullshit in there. Alright, so I'm gonna go finish this up and take care of that. And I'll wrap this up and get it to you as soon as I can. Alright, so that's a little view into what I do and who I am. So stay safe out there.